Twitch.
What happened to Facebook, man?
It's 10 minutes past the time, so they automatically cancel it.
Well, we're live and direct once again. What am I doing here? The crew's here again,
Fear or courage is behind us.
and today is the bad guy from TFCON. Hail the mic. Hey, mics. The mics.
The mics.
So this mic mic'd the mic
Once again.
again.
Once again.
Yeah.
So
It is Sunday, July 10th.
Sunday, July 10th.
Once again at
TFCON Toronto.
Well, okay, we have a problem with. I have a problem with that.
That's been a mental loop in my head from the first time.
Yes.
When you guys invited me, and I'm like, I don't understand why.
No, we invited you because we want you to come.
No, that's not why I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why in terms of the city name, but I understand the possibility why they did that.
Okay, so in case you're wondering what we're trying to talk about here, is that why they call it TFCON Toronto when it's actually in Mississauga. Mississauga is a beautiful city.
Yes, nothing wrong with this.
You got 1.5 million people living in Mississauga, so it's not a little town.
Right.
I know it's part of the GTA, so the Greater Toronto Area.
Yeah.
I think Mississauga is big enough to hold its own ground.
Yeah, it's actually fighting to be its own separate entity
from Peel.
Correct.
Right. Well, we're not going to get into any political conversation about that.
Yeah,
but
that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah. I think that it should be called TFC Mississauga because, again, my own personal opinion that Mississauga is a big city. It has recognition. There's lots of things to do here. It's not just only Square One.
Mm-hmm.
People here are friendly. I understand that part of the GTA. We're being repetitive in that aspect, but I'm going to campaign for this to be called TFC Mississauga.
Now, I could see the counter side of that is like, you now call it a TFCON Mississauga. People in in the States and other places would be like, who?
No.
People know Toronto. Not everyone knows Mississauga.
So we're gonna have to campaign for Mississauga.
People in the States, if you describe to them what Scarborough is, their vision of Scarborough is completely different than what it actually is.
Yeah, but Scarborough is Toronto.
They don't know that. They think Scarborough is a whole separate city, and they envisioned it as what we know of Scarborough. They don't know it that way. They see it as something else, and they see it as a separate city.
Okay, hold on. I got family in the States.
Mm-hmm.
You have family in the States?
I have family in the States.
Okay.
Well, yeah, people that
you got family in the States?
We know understand
right.
What the city is. People we don't know, when we're like, oh, we're describing Scarborough to them. We're like, oh, I have a different vision from what I know.
Okay, so explain what that vision is. Even though we're getting off topic, we should be talking about Transformers, but you literally open up a can of worms here. So okay. I like to hear this theory that you have.
Oh no, it's not a theory.
Okay.
I mean, part of it falls within the social media, the media, and the news, which you and I know what the news feeds people. People will run with and believe that to be true. That's not what it is.
About Scarborough.
When people in different places start hearing about different events happening in Scarborough,
right.
They associate Scarborough as being this ghetto. Scarborough is far from that. Whereas, like within Toronto, Mississauga, and Scarborough, there's different pockets of the city. There's the nice parts. There's the bad parts.
Okay.
When you're raised in a different environment where you're used to like miles and miles of a bad area, as opposed to like 2 blocks of a bad area, you think that bad area is now miles and miles. So they think Scarborough is miles and miles of a bad area, not realizing that's not the case. Now tell them Mississauga, and they're like, what's a Mississauga?
Okay. That was like really long explanation and very
That's what it is.
very deep. That was like a 30-minute what?
A treatise on human nature.
No, hold on. What do you call it in Cybertronian cycle? What's it called? Cybertronian cycle? What's the timeline in the
A
Cybertronian?
mega cycle.
There you go. That was a mega cycle.
Oh, I
An
think it's
explanation there.
cycle.
No, okay. So I look at it like this, okay? And then we gotta get off this topic, all right?
Okay.
Okay. You've been to Manhattan. You've been to New York, right? New York City.
Well, I've been to New York.
I've been to New York.
Right.
How many boroughs are in New York?
5.
How many?
Is it?
Okay. So how many boroughs there are in Toronto? 5. So when we talk about Queens, we talk about the Bronx, we talk about Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Harlem, you know what I mean?
Compare the size.
Forget about the size. We're talking about it's the same concept in the sense of what we think of New York if we go to those parts, right?
Right.
It's the same concept.
But remember,
But we're talking about Mississauga. Mississauga is not a borough of Toronto.
this is correct.
It's a different city.
You
It's
also,
part of the GTA.
But if we're getting deeper into this, we also have to factor in education and geography, where it's like we understand and know what's happening in New York. A lot of people in New York don't know and understand what's happening over here. Trust me, it's
We need Perceptor in this conversation right now.
Perceptor
And Cosmo. Because we just went outer space with this whole beginning of our conversation up at TFCON.
Well, the thing is, it's the end of the show on a Sunday, so like, my brain is not good.
Wow.
You're saying deep stuff, and I'm just like, whoa, man.
Be that Skittle guy.
One of us should find out. That would be cool.
Okay, so let's hit the reset button.
All right, so welcome to TFCON Toronto.
Sunday,
July
July 10th.
in Mississauga, Ontario.
correct.
There, we've opened that can of worms once again.
True.
Today is the last day of the event.
Yes, it is. So if you're looking for a great deal,
You have exactly 1 hour and 35 minutes to get here before it's done for today.
lots of deals going on right now. Lots of deals. You can go up to anybody. And we're not talking about like, excuse me, to undercut anybody because I don't think that's fair. But what I mean by deal, I'm thinking like maybe $5 off of a price, or I'm not saying a 3-for-1, but you buy 3 figures, you get a better pricing on it. A lot of them are doing the deals, and this is the perfect time to come down and grab your favorite figure if it's still available. Because I'll tell you right now, Saturday was just jammed.
Yeah.
So like, you know what? I was actually looking at this Nemesis Prime, and I was really contemplating on buying it. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to walk over today and take a look at it and give my final thought on it. My final decision. And it was gone.
Yep. That's I mean, for anyone watching, that's sorry, for everyone watching,
Sure.
there's certain classic things that happen with TFCon and conventions.
So that if I gotta go do deals, I can get up easily.
Yep.
So I'll go in the middle.
One that Mike has mentioned that at a convention, you may see a deal on a certain figure, and you're like, I'm going to come back for that figure. You come back for it, and it's gone. So that's happened to many people.
Yep.
Like
Like me,
and
like last time, like the last TFCon.
Yep.
And what I do, I did the exact same mistake again.
See, sometimes I use that as like a money spending limiter because I'm like, I'm only gonna get this if it's still here on Sunday.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes you should practice what you preach. So I'm gonna preach that I hope I practice in the future. If you see a figure and you're really thinking about it, and you're like,
I
get it.
I got a story about that with one of my purchases. Let me go get it for a visual.
Oh,
example.
okay.
Okay. Well, while Farrah Courage is getting that visual, for anyone who's never been to a TFCon, if you've been to any sort of a convention where there's vendors set up at tables selling different items and everything, that's exactly what a TFCon is. A large room, a large convention room, different sellers, selling different Transformers, new, used, exclusives, and just whatever you can find. As one thing that Fair Courage did point out, especially on today being the last day, within the last hour to the last 30 minutes, you're going to start seeing people running around the different tables, finding those last minute deals or anything they can find.
Yep.
Because now we're in the mindset of the convention's ending today. I'll never ever see these items again, and it's gone.
A palpable air of anxiety starts to permeate the room.
Yep.
That is true. Like, for example, you were in here. There was a gentleman here that was looking for the Bionicle.
The Bionicles?
Yes, right. And he came here 3 times.
And then they were gone.
They were gone. But the whole point is that after we told him they were gone, I kid you not, he did like 5 laps. Okay, going around the room trying to find whatever he can.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's my take on that. Take your time. Don't be so much of a rush. Look at everything and make that decision there when you're gonna go for that figure.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can still work a deal. Like, you know what? So what? You paid $40 over here, and somebody else will settle up for $35 at another table. Who cares? You got your figure. You're happy with the purchase, and that's what matters, right? If you go to another table and you see something else there again that you like, that you want to get, take your time, take a look at it. And perhaps, again, last hour at the show, ask the vendor. What about if I pick up these 2 other figures? Can you give me a deal?
Yeah, I've been doing deals today because I'm like, less stuff for me to take home.
Exactly.
So we're a vendor here, Anthony, is basically telling you, the buyer, to do what I just said to do.
Yeah.
And because why? You just did it yourself.
Yeah, do deals on a Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a story I was going
Yes.
to share. This Mega Box alien, right? It's a transforming toy. It's an alien that changed into a funky cube. I was at another show. I think it was the December TFCon maybe. And the guy vendor over there had this. I thought about buying it. I didn't. And then I thought about the fact that I didn't buy it for months. And so I came here, and the same vendor was here, and this was still here. So I grabbed it within the first few minutes of the show.
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's the last one."
Wow.
And they made 2 others. They made an Alien Queen and a Power Loader, and they were there. And I'm like, I'm not going to get all 3 of these in one go because I don't even know. I want to try this one out. Those are already sold out. Well, I'm fine with that because I'm like, I wasn't going to get them anyway.
Yep.
But like, just goes to show that you get them quickly, they go away fast.
Oh, hey. So here's the thing. You feel better now?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got my. I can't wait to open this guy up.
So you were waiting from 6 months ago, basically. Well, not 6 months ago.
Yeah, whenever.
Almost 6 months.
December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 7.
7 months.
Yeah.
So waiting. So having that anxiety in the back of your head, I should have got that figure. I hope that figure is here for this time around. Now you have it.
Yeah.
So please, buyers, when you, again, I'm just repeating myself, just when you see that figure in your head, like meaning your mind, your heart, and your gut is all aligned, just get it.
And you're at TFCon because there's Transformer episodes playing in the background.
Yeah.
And here's the last thing that I will tell you too. If you think you paid a little bit too much for it, and that's bothering you, there's a place that you can go. It's at childrenofprimus.com.
Billy Mays has entered the chat.
Right? And you can use a section called the classified, and you can post it and get rid of it. And once you get rid of your figure, you feel much better too. And it's free.
And
I
it's
don't
free.
I don't know how many times I've said that before, but it's free to use, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I was just looking at my table.
We got some potential buyers at the
Yeah.
table here, so we gotta Anthony's keeping the lookout here, right? So if you
Yeah.
see Anthony in a moment, jump out of the
Leave.
stream,
Or
why.
just not be here presently in my mind.
Yeah,
You know?
it's called he's here to make money, right?
Yeah. I kind of like. I'll say this. I'm also here with my cousin Nick's stuff, so not all of it's mine. I'm just fencing some of it for him. I would like to make one more sale of my stuff because I won't discuss numbers, but it'll push the amount I made over a certain threshold and make it a nice round figure. And I'm like, I would like to leave with that.
Hey, shout outs to cousin Nick.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, listen, you know what? If you're happy at the end of the day, at the end of the show, that you're able to grab whatever figures you're able to get and also sell your figures, that's a win-win, right?
Yeah. I'll be happy regardless. I'm just like, hey, if I do one more sale, it makes this, that. That'd be cool as a bonus.
There you go. Okay, so I know this is a business for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, there's people that are here, like yourself,
Yeah.
to get rid of your collection. Like, perfect example, the gentleman that the booth right behind us, right? 20 years collecting all stuff, and then he decided, hey, you know what, it's time for me to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, there's businesses here that are here to make profit, obviously, and there's people here that decided, hey, you know what, I'm here to get rid of my collection or get rid of some of my collection.
I'm in it for love of the game.
and there's people like you saying, hey, you know what, I want to get rid of this particular collection that I just don't fancy anymore, and I want to replenish with other figures that I can get for TFCON. So I think it's pretty. That's what I like about TFCON. There's so many things that you could do here, and then you got like guys like us that we want to do, live podcast or video cast, whatever the kids call it today. Live stream. There you go, live streaming.
Well, I was going to add to what you said, to what you were just saying. I mean, there are people who they never classified themselves as collectors, and they never collected. They had toys when they were younger, grew out of it, and at some point later on, they're like, hey, let me start collecting these figures again. They come here, and it's easier access to find these figures than to search around. To like search around online looking for these figures on certain sites. But then at the same time,
finish your thought.
I think I just lost part of my thought.
Is it because of the Transformer theme song that's happening in the background?
That's exactly what's happening.
Okay, we want to pop up here a comment that we got from Mr. Primetime.
What's up? How's it going?
I just walked by you guys.
Wait, what's up? I just walked by you guys. That is funny.
Are you serious?
Where are you at?
Where are you at? Come back again. Jump on, man. Now I'm going to be like this every 2 seconds. Okay, wait a minute. There was someone that took a picture of us. Was that Primetime?
I don't think so. That's a guy from the Transformers Wiki Discord.
Right. Well, here's the funny thing. Now, Primetime, are you actually here or are you actually pranking us? Because you could easily say that you've taken a picture and now we're looking around for you and you're not actually here.
Listen,
if you are here,
come by, man.
Come by.
If you're socially anxious and don't want to sit down for a chat, that's cool. Just wave in the background and we'll be good.
Yeah. We could say, hey.
I understand that.
That was a primetime moment.
That was a primetime moment.
Yeah.
We could do that for you, Primetime.
Oh, one other thought. One thought that had slipped my mind for a moment. Anyone coming here to buy things, kind of have a budget in terms of what you want to bring, and say, I'm only spending this amount today.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, even if I see something and I'm like, oh, that's I should get it, and I've never had it.
Yeah.
If it's out your budget, there's a reason for it being out of your budget. But the cool thing is a lot of the vendors have a lot of older figures that sometimes we've just never actually seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like maybe there might be like a Sandstorm or or like a Triptychon or certain other odd figures. And I'm like, wow, I never saw that figure in 88, in like 84, 85 over the years. And like, now I see what this figure actually looks
From
like in
the
person.
Ultra Magnets.
So that's a,
Speaking of something that you just said,
yes.
right?
But this is just the back.
You only got this part.
Nope, you got front parts there too.
Okay, I'm going to move this.
Here it is.
Yeah, be careful with that.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff from, where's the piece that goes on here? Okay, so
Oh, it's over here.
okay. Well, here we go.
Yes.
Speaking of stuff that we haven't seen since 1986,
Yeah.
you know, this is the original OG. Look, even Ultra Magnum wanted to pop up and say hello.
Yep.
Right, and this is what Mike is talking about. How much you paid for this?
How much was he? I'm trying to remember. Wow, I completely forgot how much he was.
Yeah, I think
You know what it is,
30.
right? $30.
That's it. $30.
Shut the front door.
I'm not joking.
$30 for this.
Well, he doesn't have everything.
What
But
the blick?
I was going to mention if and I'm some people who's
His
viewing.
head is right there.
Hmm?
His head is right
head's
there.
He's missing his hands and he's missing his guns.
Go to Russ. Over there in the corner.
Go to Russ or search around, or in my case, I found a few figures that I'm using to rebuild figures I already have. Because I've got an Optimus Prime from one of the vendors. Perfect, I mean, not perfect, he looks a bit used, but the whole Optimus Prime cab, $20. The bumpers aren't broken, the smokestacks are there, but he's missing his head. But I have the head from my other Optimus Prime, so now I've got a complete Optimus Prime for $20.
So are you saying this Omega Supreme that you purchased, you have the rest of his parts at home?
All his parts are in the bag.
All his parts?
Yes.
So you bought this complete?
Bought it complete. So the only thing with him, there's 2 parts broken. Crazy glue.
Which parts?
The shoulder piece that holds the tracks.
Oh,
So all I
okay.
need is 5 minutes of crazy glue. He's perfect.
See, I have this figure as well at home.
Okay.
The only thing that's broken is this part right here.
See, I had him when he came out in 1985,
Yeah.
and only was it like about 10 or so years ago? Actually about 15 years ago, I ended up losing him. He was in perfect condition then. This guy's in perfect condition, other than the 2 broken parts, which is a really minor fix.
Nope, they didn't come with the batteries.
Well, battery's not included.
No, it would have been amazing. The original batteries were still in here. And it
Speaking
worked.
of which, because I mentioned this to Anthony, and I said the irony of me finding Ultra Magnus today, and I'm gonna do something live that like Anthony would appreciate.
Oh, really? I got him. Trying not to knock robots off the chair. Yeah.
And I know I promised this the last time, and I'm like, I got
So you're going your bags of tricks there.
bags of tricks.
Bags of tricks.
So 9-volt battery,
Ooh.
Galvatron.
All right.
So we're doing a live battery adding to an original Galvatron.
No, we're doing a battery box opening.
Battery box opening.
Okay.
Get it right.
And now we're gonna put it in a Galvatron.
Yeah.
We're gonna give Galvatron some Energon cubes.
There we go.
Oh, boy.
Actually, if we could see, so we're
There's
adding,
the Energon cube. It's actually it's almost a Q shape there.
it is almost cube shapes. I got called out last week on calling the underbase a cube.
Yeah, that there is actually shaped like the underbase. I wonder if they did that on purpose. It's a big battery.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we turn them around and we got Galvatron. So just before I hit the button, we should look around to see who, if anyone else will notice once they hear the noise.
That's it. That's the noise.
And and one more. Let's see.
That's the one that killed Starscream right there.
Yeah. I remember hearing this once in a review of him. Somebody described that first sound as him maniacally laughing.
That is funny.
Oh,
Oh, he went quiet on me. Let's see.
we're here to
There we
feel
go.
him.
There we go. Yeah, he doesn't like making that last noise a lot, though.
Yeah, no.
It's when he just told a joke.
Yes. There you go.
Can he change his sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But look at his face, eh? Kind of reminds me like without the beer, you know, the Burger King guy.
The Burger King.
Yeah, you know, because his crown and everything. An evil version of the Burger King guy.
Wow, he's selective of his sound.
Well, Burger King.
It's Burger King.
They officially haven't.
I have no clue.
So the irony, I was gonna say, or the coincidence, depending how we use the word, finding the Ultra Magnus today and then bringing my Galvatron, because I wasn't expecting to find Ultra Magnus. When the toys came out in '86 or late '85, they were both classified as City Commanders. Actually, sorry, yeah, when they came out in '86 before the movie, they were classified as City Commanders to not fool the children in terms of who Ultra Magnus and Galvatron actually were.
Those
So
liars.
we're thinking Galvatron's this whole other character, and Megatron, you know, Megatron and Optimus will still exist, and they just command the cities. But you know, they really kept quiet on what was going to happen in the Transformers movie.
Funny story about the panel I was just at. It was a lot of different obscure Transformers media, not just one.
Okay.
In Japan, they kept that scheme going because there was a it's called a diorama story where like they tell like a story with both stop motion but also just the toys.
Okay.
And they had one where Megatron ordered Galvatron, who was the city commander, to bring Trypticon into battle. So like there was full on like
Wow.
fiction where he was the city commander and had no relation to Megatron and served under him just to keep that going.
Okay.
That's crazy. Okay, you know what? We're keeping an eye out for prime. Is this prime time here?
Now we're just like, is that prime time? Is that prime time?
I bet you prime time is at home saying, "Aha! I pranked them."
It's going to be a giant thunderclash walking behind us.
Yeah, is this prime time walking right behind us? Because he's been walking behind us the whole entire time. Man, like the side over here.
Wow. So, actually, to tie in with what Anthony was.
Oh,
was
there he
just
is
saying.
again. Look, there he is again.
Oh, okay. within the TFCON, you know, you've got the main convention area of the different vendors selling different Transformers.
Look, there he is again.
Related Transformers, you know, other things. But then you also have the seminar sessions where you get to speak to you get to listen to some of the voice actors, people behind the cartoons, comic books, behind the franchise. And one that was quite interesting was finding out what obscure Transformers cartoons existed, and it was kind of a challenge to Fair Courage because he has extensive knowledge of like all Transformers cartoons that exist. So it's a question of
I could have learned like physics or something. Instead, I know about all that.
So it's a question of like what exists that you don't know.
Good ass. This is prime. He's making me nervous. It's like his 20th time he walked by here already.
That is funny.
I'm sorry. Like, am I wrong to say that? Ask him. Hey, I have to ask you a question. Are you primetime? Yeah. No, because there's a person here that comments saying, "Hey, prime," like one of our viewers saying primetime, and he said he walked by us, and you've been walking by us the whole entire time here. Right? So yeah.
I've been watching you guys.
Right.
My booth is over there.
Okay, hold on, man. Here, jump on, man. Jump on.
You walked into it.
You walked into it. You walked into it. Jump on.
How many people are watching this right now?
I don't
Well,
know.
prime time's watching it later.
We got back.
Yeah, it looks like we're back.
And we're back. There
Damn,
we go.
so that was going live while it was just a blank screen for a while.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
Yeah, I'm the new guy. Yeah,
There we
right,
go.
Exactly. Right.
So, okay, before we start, let's restart again here.
I'm good.
Okay. Oh, we got welcome back. Thank you so much. So let's start off. Let's give a proper introduction. Who you are. Give yourself a nice plug.
Sure.
Right.
My name's Paul. I have a booth here at TFCON. I'm a long-time participant, first-time seller. It's really tough being on this side of the fence when you've been a collector for a long time, letting go of some of your old collectibles. Right?
I agree.
It's painful. It's bittersweet, right? But I think, the way that I'm thinking about it is the people that, enjoy this stuff, for me, some of my stuff's in boxes. Like I'm sure a lot of people, right? In your basement, locked away somewhere.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
All my collections, they're in boxes except for all my G1 stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So there you go. Yeah.
So, and I think the joy is the journey of finding them, getting them, adding them to your collection. But then when you have them, I think like in anything in life, you take them for granted a little bit, right? You're in a box somewhere, you don't always enjoy them.
Well, we're older now.
And we're older, and I'm married now. It was different when I don't have kids, but we're trying to have kids.
Okay, so no, I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So you pass them down.
You pass them down,
yeah.
or use them as excuses to buy things. You know
Yeah,
what I mean, right?
yeah. I'm craving that. I look forward to that. Hopefully one day and passing them on. But there's no guarantee. Do your kids have interest in it?
So it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Right. My son, when he was much younger, so my son's 11 years old, right?
Yeah.
So when he was much younger, we had that interest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that he's getting older,
Yeah.
right,
broadening.
Definitely, he's broadening. He's getting into the video games. But the thing is, like, I have a hockey background as well, right? So I train and everything.
Yeah.
And so now our bonding is over hockey.
Right.
And so I'm training him and getting rep hockey and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll still try to steer him once in a while.
Plug the stuff a little bit.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I think about it. I mean, I think, our generation that enjoyed this stuff, and I certainly love to pass it down to the next generation and have your kids have interest in it too. But there's no guarantee of that.
No, it's you know what? It's funny that you mentioned that because I was having a similar conversation, and what I mean by this is that when we were kids, we didn't have a lot of things.
No, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were your parents immigrated here?
Yeah, my parents were first generation immigrants here. They came in the 70s.
Right. So same thing. So my dad actually immigrated twice, right?
Yeah.
From Italy to South America to Canada, right? And I'm actually the first generation Canadian in my family,
Me
right?
too. Yep.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
So we lived in immigrant
lifestyle.
homes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
So we were lucky to get something.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And so
so you craved it.
Right. And I've told this story many times here, right?
Yeah.
It's like 2 toys in one.
Yeah.
I can get a robot and a vehicle.
That's what I was telling someone the other day.
Dude, right?
Blows your mind,
right?
And it's genius, right? Even today, you think about that, and you're like 2 toys in one.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. Now with the kids today, they have so much options.
I know.
Now that let's be honest, we're a little bit more successful than our parents.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the plan because we want our kids to be successful.
That's right. Yeah.
Than us and so forth and so forth.
Yeah.
Right.
So that your kids have a lot more than you did growing up at that age. Yeah.
And but what happens is that now they have so much options.
Yeah.
Video games, videos, Pokemon cards, Transformers, sports, whatever it is, right?
The phone is tough to crack. I mean, they get their whole lives are on there.
Definitely. How many times? I have my son, 11 years old, already asking for a cell phone.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him.
I have a niece and 8 years old to ask for a cell phone.
Right.
Not only asks, begs for it. Every wish list starts with, "Can I get an iPad?"
There you go.
And for my birthday or whatever. And even on a day-to-day, it's not, "Can I go play outside?" or "Can you take me here?" It's, "Can I borrow your phone?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Perfect. You're saying it correctly, right? So when I have these arguments with my son, right, and I say to him, "Go outside," I literally have to fight with my kid. You're going to be in the same boat, Anthony. All right.
Yeah.
Because Anthony
Yeah.
just got engaged.
Yeah, congratulations, Anthony.
And so, with us, we used to have our parents used to fight with us to come
back
home.
home. I
right?
remember arguing with my mom. It was midnight.
I was an indoor kid myself, so I'm one of those people that my parents were trying to get outside.
Okay,
I used to
either that way, or you were really outside all the time and trying to get.
And so what do we do? We used to build ramps, go, use our bikes that we put together,
all
down to
kinds
the creeks and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so with my son, it's like, okay, get outside, go outside, go practice your hockey, go do this, go do that, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to fathom that these kids have other options today versus what we have. So at least you try to find something like a common ground.
Yeah. So did you bring your son here to the TFCON? Does he have that much interest to come?
No, he did, but the problem is that he had hockey.
Oh, okay. So hockey's the priority over but this is a once in a year.
I agree. But because he had hockey,
that's the one thing. That's the one pass, basically. Yeah.
At least he's getting physical activity.
Yeah, that's probably a better thing than he would probably get here. Yeah,
that is true, right? But the thing is, even if I did bring him today, he would have had to been here for at least 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
And I know he's gonna go all screwy.
Well, let me ask you this though: Would you have liked if he was saying, "Dad, I want to come to TFCon.
Sure.
I don't want to go to hockey this weekend. I want to go to TFCon." If he had that much interest in it,
sure,
that he would push it. Yeah. See, but there's no guarantee that's you're gonna.
No, but here's the other part too.
Yeah.
You gotta have some deep pockets.
Yes. Yeah. You can spend a lot of money here. Easily. I mean, there's so many great things. If you grew up in this generation, everywhere you look, I mean, you just my thing was I was showed some restraint because I came in here with the intention to purge some of my pretty big collection, but I was afraid that I would leave here with more stuff than I actually gave.
Yeah, well, look. Yeah. Quietly, one of the reasons I started to become a dealer was so that I could buy stuff while I was here. Well. I arrange it so I always walk away with more money than when I came in.
Yeah, that's good. That's not bad.
So I feel guilt-free about grabbing things.
Yeah. I think if that's a victory if you just leave with a little bit more money than you showed up with.
Yeah.
So here's my question to you now. So you said you've done this a few times.
I've been here as a buyer, like as a just personal collection building.
So this is your first time as a seller.
Yeah.
So tell me your experience for the past couple of days now.
I think the first day. In the morning, you got people that are serious collectors that are in here to, and you got two types of people, right? You got people that are like probably Anthony that are reselling or in some way that is part of their business, and then you got people that they're adding to their personal collection or they're bringing their child here and they're trying to instill some joy in this. For the next generation.
Brainwash.
Very well. A tough thing to see sometimes when, being a seller, I had a Megatron fairly early edition and complete. And so a father and son came by yesterday and they were probably pretty well off. And he ended up buying it for his son who was very young. And I knew he was going to take it right out of the box and play with it, and I'd spent so many years with this in the box.
Damn you!
Caribbean,
what's wrong with you?
I get it. But that being said, there is someone at my booth right now that is. I gotta. But thank you.
Jump back. Listen, you can always jump back.
Okay. Always jump back.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
It's the thing with me, like disappearing to go sell things over there.
Well, but that's the whole reason why we're here today, right? And that's so cool that he's able to tell his story and look what's happening, right? It's almost the same thing as the other gentleman behind us that he has all this collection and he had to make that tough choice. And I think we've talked about this in previous shows. Like, when do you sell your stuff?
Mostly here.
Well, yeah, obviously TFCON is a great place to get rid of your stuff, right? But what I'm saying, like, when are you ready to sell your stuff, right? Like, when do you look at all your, like, for example, I'll take me as an example. Like, when I look at all my figures that I have that are instantly new and they're all boxed, right? When do I say to myself, okay, guys, it's been great. it's time for you to go. I got to set you guys free. When do you do that? There's no real answer to that, right? But it's it's rhetorical in a sense.
Yeah. When my shelves are too full to put something new on, that's a sign that I got to sell some things.
That is that is a good point.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Vangelis did a panel last year. It's on YouTube now, where he talked about how to know when to sell stuff. It was called How to Get Rich through Collecting, but it was done a little bit jokingly.
Yeah.
And he talked about rotating his shelves and setting up new displays.
Yep.
And reorganizing people based on a theme, and like once you're done, whoever's left, that's who you sell. I'm paraphrasing poorly, but it was something like that.
No, and it definitely makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm using me as an example. Like my situation is that I still got to finish my basement and everything, so I can put that proper transformer room, like Bill and you guys have, right? Because everything's still in my containers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little hard for me to do, right? To rotate things, right? I do have a shelf in my room to show off, but that's all my G1 stuff and some other whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really rotate that thing, right? So, but those are really good points. And then you want to get rid of your things. That's an awesome way to do things of rotating and looking at new things versus your old stuff and start picking and choosing.
Yeah. Also, sometimes, and I try to avoid a lot of modern Transformers stuff. They're like chasing the dragon of improving upon characters, right? So I try and avoid that, but there is definitely cases of like. A better version is coming out, so I'm trying to flip the old one while I can.
No, it definitely makes sense, right? Because your old one could be somebody's new one.
Yeah. And like a lot of people care for the specific versions, irrespective of whether or not they're a better upgrade or not, right? Like a lot of Prime Wars trilogy figures got technically outdone by like the War for Cybertron trilogy, but a lot of people just like the Prime Wars trilogy stuff for what they're doing. So.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think the Prime War gave, the idea or pushed that idea quicker to create that kind of series.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of it, if you look at the figures and the premises, it's, they go hand in hand, right? And that's what Transformer Prime did for me, right? It kind of brought in a lot of the other canons and the movie universe a little bit all together, right?
Yeah. The aligned continuity.
Yeah, so I thought it was great, right? So, we got another guy here looking at your stuff. Maybe get a sale. Let's see. Mike, where's Spin? Yeah, look at Spin. Andrew, are you gonna jump on or what? I don't know. You can talk whatever you want, buddy. All right. Here, you're gonna switch with Anthony. You got to be on camera. That's why it's called streaming.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
This is Andrew.
Hi.
We met at our first TFCON. Well, Spin and I did.
Yeah. 2 years ago? Was it the last TFCON?
Was it last? Hey, yeah, you know what? December. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, December. That was our first time meeting.
Yeah. And then I think I know you guys from Anthony and Danny.
Correct. The Toy Traveler.
Yeah, the Toy Traveler. Oh, is that what he's known as on the show?
We're not supposed to say his name.
Oh, okay. So he's on incognito or something,
Exactly.
Or he's secret agent name or something.
So, is this your second time doing this?
No, I've been doing it because of Toy Traveler. So I've been doing this for maybe 5 years, right? Because I met the Toy Traveler at one of the TFCons maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
So, at the time he was, a serious toy vendor or dealer or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, and then we just kind of became friends. And then he invited me to sell some of my stuff at his show. And then he got me hooked because I made some money. Right. And I'm kind of doing it ever since.
So now here's my question to you, right? So we just had a couple of interviews.
Okay.
Well, we just had one interview now with a seller, and we had some other interviews from yesterday with some other sellers. So, why are you a seller here at TFCON?
Because I love Transformers, and I keep amassing I keep buying stuff, which is a bad habit. It's an addiction, really. right? And I need to get rid of it, right? And make more money to buy new stuff. And as the toy traveler, I was asking, should I sell some of my, original G1 toys that I had as a kid? And he goes, he loves to use the word yo, so he goes like purge yo, so you can buy new stuff.
That's true.
So I'm quoting him on this all the time, and to all my friends or my Transformer collector friends, like just sell it and purge, buy new stuff. I mean, it's a vicious cycle, right? But it's fun if you enjoy it, and you have the money. Why not?
So, I don't know if you know this. There is a site that you can use when TFCON's not happening to promote and sell your stuff, right?
Is it Facebook? Is it Kijiji? Is it eBay?
Even better.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to pay all these service fees.
Oh wow.
Or you don't have to charge service fees.
Okay.
It's called TrojanandPrimus.com.
Oh, wow.
Classified.
Okay.
I don't know if did you hear about this?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
we're gonna give them a flyer.
All right.
There you go. Now you know.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate this. All right, I'll give it a shot.
Right. Such a similar plug. So basically, what you're saying is that at the end of the day, like I don't know what's wrong with my ears. Like I got big ears or something. Like ear holes. These things keep on falling out.
I think you need to change the silicone pads.
Probably.
To bigger ones.
So you're one of the dealers here that, again, you have a whole big collection that you want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Or you want to switch it up.
Yeah.
And so you use TFCON as a place to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So it's a lot of fun. You also, meet new people, right?
And that, and you know what? And that's the key thing. Sorry, I almost fell here. No, but that's the key thing. What you just said right there. It's meeting new people, and also reconnecting with old friends.
Yeah. I live in Toronto. Anthony lives in Pickering, so we usually just see each other at the cons, right? So.
Right, and then it's not like when you guys see each other, it's not like, oh my god, I haven't seen you for so long. You just kind of pick up where you left off.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, and that's the amazing thing about TFCON or any convention that you guys are a part of, or anybody's a part of. It's reconnecting with everybody. Now we got Spin over there, just walking away because I think he probably saw something that he likes to buy, or is he trying to grab somebody?
He took off like a man on a mission.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Okay. Yeah.
So Andrew, do you have anything you want to plug?
Not right now. I mean, come
such a modest person, eh?
I know there's only like an hour left, at TFCon, but you can make it. You can come over to our table and buy some stuff.
There you go. Do you have any Instagram or anything on Facebook?
No, I'm not a social media person. Although I'm just on Facebook, but I don't sell. On occasion, I do sell on Facebook Marketplace, but now I have Children of Primus. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. I appreciate it. All right. Okay. As you can tell, we're just talking to everybody and anybody that's walking by. We're trying to grab people. I think Mike went to go grab somebody, and I'm trying to see where he went. And then we got Anthony trying to. But Ant, you coming back or what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't step on that.
I saw this online. They go, oh my god, this thing is so cool.
Yeah, they did a few. They did a couple others. If I like that one, I'll try and grab the other two. Yeah.
We're talking about that alien Transformer one.
Yeah, Megabox is there's a popular people online seem to really like it, right? They're not usually licensed. They're just random robotic animals that change into little cubes.
Okay, but that's a face hugger, apparently.
Yeah, well, they got the license to do ones from Aliens, even though they're usually just original creations. So they did, an Alien, they did an Alien Queen, and they did the yellow power loader that Ripley uses in the second movie.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
I was $60. No, that was the last one. It's the booth down there that sells a bunch of Kamen Rider stuff and Japanese things and yeah.
And just like that, we just made a sale for another table.
Yeah.
I want a commish.
Yeah, no. I just
Oh, Mike's back. Okay, so Anthony said like I just looked at you and you just took right off, and Anthony just mentioned that you look like you were on a mission.
Yeah.
Yep. I just remembered something.
Warpath.
G1 Warpath. There was 2 Warpaths over there, so I had to make sure. And for anyone that's just getting into Transformers, you look at the bottom and you check the date stamp and the mold. Because one of them was 2018, this one's 1984.
Ah, vintage.
Yo,
Yeah,
are you a Transformer?
I could.
It's a Transformer.
See? Transform like that. I have not transformed him in
I forgot about that bottom part like that.
however many years.
Yeah, I don't know how it goes at all.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah. Hold on.
Hold on. You don't want to break that tip.
No.
There you go.
There we go. Go back of it. There we go. G1 Warpath.
Biff Sam Pow.
It looks like he's wearing rollerblades.
Yeah. He always had big feet.
It's amazing. You know what? You look back at all the G1 figures, and you look at the engineering, and it's you look as an adult. You look at it, you're like, this is funny. Versus the engineering today, it's pretty wild, and how accurate it looks. Right?
It's only what technology was capable of back at the time, right?
Yeah, because you have to remember a lot of these toys, even though they came out in '84 to line up with the cartoon and the comic books, the toys themselves existed at least a few years before that, and were being designed years before that. So we're looking at a character being designed in the late 1970s to then be built in the early 80s for Hasbro to then pick up on it and market it to the children in around 84, which is funny. I don't think anyone ever makes reference of this, which I caught in a YouTube video, and I'll go back and look who the user was and everything, but basically it's a video about the rise and fall of Hanna-Barbera. And they mentioned Hanna-Barbera starting falling because of companies coming out that were licensing toys and marketing them through cartoons. And that's where Hanna-Barbera started falling.
Yeah, but who they're...
They were referencing Thundercats, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and any other company that could design a toy and market it through a cartoon. That's when that cartoon popularity took over Hanna-Barbera. Because initially Hanna-Barbera was like Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, Archies, and everything.
Yeah,
and
hold on, you're missing somebody.
Sorry?
You're missing somebody. You're missing a series.
Jetsons.
Another series. A precursor to Transformers.
GoBots.
Thank you.
Funny, GoBots was not mentioned is GoBots under Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah.
Interesting, they weren't mentioned because they were more focused on their selling cartoons, which were Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, and Jetsons
And GoBots.
and I guess GoBots, but yet they never mentioned it. I'm surprised.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody's is on that. We don't talk about GoBots if you're a Transformer fan.
But you know what?
But GoBots has been bought from the Transformers Hasbro has bought GoBots, so they're part of the universe now.
But it's the same thing that happened to Mask. Any of us, like younger guys.
Hey. How you doing? You want to talk about it? Okay, all right.
It's like as I come by.
Hold on, hold on. Come over here. You don't have to sit. Just come in the back or whatever. Okay, and just say, hey, remember I said I was gonna come by and show you my Transformers that I'm gonna buy?
They have the Transformers. Look, they have the Transformers.
You see? Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Take care.
You too. Take care, buddy. See? He kept his word. He kept his word. I love it. See, the joy of Transformer Con.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know about you guys, but I had a fun time.
Oh yeah,
I had a lot of
fun
laughs.
time.
Right. The stream obviously helped. Don't get me wrong doing this.
Mhm.
Right. But we met a lot of interesting people, regardless of the stream or not.
Is this true?
We start. We start to create new friends and people and so forth. And every time that we walked around this, they have always said, "Hey, what's up?" Right?
Yep.
Like again.
Met different vendors, people buying.
Don't put that thing near me because I'm gonna knock it too. I've been knocking everything over today.
But then we've also met other YouTubers as well.
Yep.
Other people that have also have their own popular social media,
That's why I wanted to get it.
popularity. So it's it's cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Right?
I can make that promise.
Tying back to what we were speaking on just a few minutes ago when you were speaking on GoBots on the Hanna-Barbera, for anyone else who remembers Mask from back in 1985, a lot of us remember the Mask cartoon, but they only lasted one season because they came out this September around the same time when Transformers were at their highest point in 1985, and Transformers kind of took them out. So they only lasted one season.
It was actually a good show.
It was a very good show.
That and Cops.
A lot of us love Mask because again, transforming style vehicles, but they couldn't compete.
But even Cops, remember the TV show Cops, the movie. The cartoon Cops.
I remember the cartoon.
And then Centurions.
I never got into Centurions. I remember them. I just didn't get into them.
Yeah, they were like this other kind of transformation.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cybertron and Cyborgs. Right?
They kind of Centurions would almost fall under more of the Japanese style of Transformers, where they're dealing with more mythical creatures and essence, as opposed to like sentient beings.
This is true. But I'll tell you this. One of the shows since we're talking about Saturday morning cartoons when we were growing up, right? Obviously Transformers #1. But what came really close to number 2 for me, besides GoBots, right? Robotech.
I never got into Robotech as much, and I'm not sure why. There were a few children that were older than me that I grew up with. They were into Robotech. I just didn't get into it.
I think Robotech for me was like almost a precursor. Well, Robotech was out before Transformers?
Yes.
That's right. So when I was watching Robotech and I saw their jets that transformed, I was like, this is really cool. And then when Transformers came out and Jetfire was one of the toys which they, had licensed to create that particular style at that time that was based on what's the name of the company again?
Bandai.
Sorry, Bandai, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So and they made Jetfire, right? Instead of Skyjet. I was like
Skyfire?
Yeah, Skyfire. I was like, hey man, I like this. I like Transformers now. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, Robotech for me was almost like the gateway drug for me to get into Transformers because of that one toy, right? Because of Jetfire, right? And that was actually Jetfire was actually my one. Well, I said before Bumblebee, Clip Jumper were my first Transformers that I got as a kid, right? But my first actual real Transformer, like the big figure, right, was Jetfire.
Jetfire was that was the impressive character to have back then. Like anyone on the block that had a Jetfire, Jetfire.
You had some swag.
Sorry?
You had some swag.
Yeah.
That little step there, right? That's right.
Yeah. It's I don't care if you've got the entire Autobot cars and you've got Megatron and and the Seekers and everything else, which we never called Seekers back then. But this person is Jetfire. That was just the character to have. And I mean, how much was Jetfire back then?
Well,
Because
20 something dollars, $24, $24.99, something like that.
Because I mean, the average Autobot back then was like maybe $12. Optimus may have been like 25-ish.
No, that was yeah, it was like, let's just say 25. It's rounded up to $25. It was like $25. We gotta remember, $25 back then was like an arm and a leg.
Exactly. But you know what? The Defensor box set.
It's $15. No, no.
$29.99.
No.
Defensor. The entire Defensor box set.
Hold on.
$29.99.
So, okay.
Because Hotspot alone would have been like.
Oh,
like
sorry.
$15.
You said Defensor. You know what I was thinking right away?
Who?
Centicons.
Oh, Motormaster.
Yeah, I don't know why that came to my and I was gonna say there was an episode on Raging Asian, Alex Yu, plug out to him.
Mm-hmm.
He had his Centicon box set.
Okay.
And he had the sticker priced on and the receipt. And I think it was like $12.99 or something like that.
Now I wonder where he got it from because
back in Vancouver.
Interesting, because back
I think
then.
It was Howard, man.
Sorry?
I think it was Howard who got it. I think it was.
I'm surprised. I never seen the Thundercons. The only box sets that I saw down in Toronto or that I knew of from a store consumers distributing at the time was Devastator and Defensor.
Hold on.
I never seen a Minister box set or a box set for any other characters.
Didn't your mom used to drop you off at Towers?
Oh yeah, but Towers didn't sell box sets. They
What
sold
are you
the
talking
individuals and the little guys.
No, they had box sets there too.
I didn't see them.
They had the construction plan and so forth.
Oh, they had them?
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, man.
Well, I got all of my entire Bruticus from Towers, but they were all individuals. They didn't have. If they had a box set, I would have bought the box set.
Towers toy area was like the children drop-off center.
Towers in the Bay. I mean, I was in both of them. Like,
okay. You went to the Bay. Okay, you went to the Bay.
What you couldn't find in Towers, you found in the Bay.
I hardly went to the Bay.
Right.
You know, like my mom didn't really go to Yorkdale shopping center at the time, and if we did go, it was like a big thing, like a big how do I say it, outing.
Yes.
Right, like a big event.
I know what
right?
you mean. Yeah.
And so we went to remember Simpson, like to the Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
When that was open and the Bay.
Yeah.
But I never really looked at the Bay as a place to find toys.
My blaster in 1985
came
from the Bay.
Really?
For my birthday present, my mom said, "Here's $20.
Yeah.
Go buy yourself a Transformer." And I'm like, "I'm going to Yorkdale. I'm going in the Bay, buy my blaster." And I think I was only 15 or 16 at the time.
Dude, no, Towers, man. Towers.
Well, I got my entire Bruticus from
Towers, man. Towers for I think we mentioned this already from previous shows. Right? Towers for us was okay, kids. You'll stay here while I'll go shopping. And then you see every single kid just like in awe, just looking at all these Transformers, all these G.I. Joes.
Yes.
Right? They had like a freaking wall and a half, right? Thundercats.
Eaton's. We forgot to mention Eaton's.
Yeah, Eaton's too.
Also had a large collection of Transformers as well. And
you know what?
And really, the prices weren't different between all four stores.
I don't recall Eaton's at all. I just remember Towers.
Shepherd and Weston Road. That was the warehouse / store.
Yeah.
And then there's the Eaton Center, which is still
wasn't that Woco? Shepherd and Weston Road was Woco.
No, Keelan Wilson. Keelan Wilson was Woco.
No.
I actually worked for them at one point.
I'm talking
Woco.
No, it was Woco's.
Maybe.
I'm telling you.
At some point, but they were eating.
You know why I knew it was Woco? Because I used to go there all the time, and then what's it called? Nationals open up their outlet there.
Which side of because I went there like every other.
So so Shepherd on Western Road, right in front of Father Bazzani.
The school.
Yeah.
If it's still.
So if you're heading west, it will be on your left hand side.
Yeah, that was Eaton's warehouse. So they supplied all the stock for all the Eatons. but they also had a small store in there as well. Like we got a TV set, and I've got a handful of Transformers from there as well.
I didn't bring it.
So maybe at some point,
Okay,
as they were
we have to
slowly,
we have to go look at Google history because I'm
I would
telling you,
say
I remember Wolfwood used to be there.
it's possible. I mean,
And then the national.
I was gonna say I grew up with it being Eden's. It probably became a Wilco. It probably became a National. It's
Yeah.
just like the Walmart at Kill and Lawrence. That used to be a Wilco. Then it shut down for however many years. Then it became a Walmart. So I mean, it's just
Oh, and then we forgot about Zellers. But then again, Zellers, we were like older.
yeah. There were two Zellers.
Well, Wolco became Zellers.
Right.
Right, but anyways, let's go back to the original story. So, Towers.
Mhm.
So all the kids used to hang around there,
Yeah.
look at all these beautiful toys.
Yeah.
We're all wishing, hey, I want to get this.
Yeah.
And then when a mother used to come by, and it was time to pick one of us up,
Yeah.
we always say, okay, man, good luck, man. I hope today's your day. And you know what I mean? Like we're all like, cheering each other on, saying, man, I hope today's your day, man.
Yep.
And if it's your day, hopefully it's my day too, right?
Hopefully.
And so some of us made it. Some of us didn't, right? The majority of the time it didn't. So
The ones that were crying, you knew were the ones that didn't make it.
exactly.
That still exists. Just going to a Walmart, that still exists.
I just remember like walking by like I remember this one time, I kid you not, man. I'm there with my mom, and like we're about to head into Towers, and I see this one kid with his mom holding that, like crying, and I was like, shit, that kid didn't get his toy today.
No, wasn't his day.
Exactly,
Wasn't
he didn't make it. Right? Oh man,
Those were the days. But I mean,
memories.
So it's funny looking now at TFCon, and I'm like,
Yep.
here's one character that's sitting, on this table, and it's going for like $250. And I'm like, I remember in 85, 86, that character, or the bunch of characters that made that combiner, the main part was like $16, and each combiner, each of the smaller parts were like $8 or $7.
Or were you talking about the Bruticus, the full set?
Yeah, Bruticus.
That's $300.
Sorry?
That's $300.
One table's 300,
Yeah.
another one's 200. The other table also has a full set of Minosaur, and then there's a full set of Predaking. Predaking again, when he came out back in '87, I think may have been like $15 each character. So for the 5 characters, people are now selling him complete for like 300 and up, which eBay years ago, trying to find that character before like all these conventions and easier access existed. Easy $900 to find that set.
What? Here's the funny thing is, we were just talking about the engineering and how today Transformers, regardless if it's third party, or Hasbro stuff, or Takara, the engineering behind it is just amazing.
Oh yeah.
So with $300,
Sorry,
I'm just saying with $300,
right.
would you buy that G1? Or would you buy, let's just say, the last issue of the Hurricane that was... Hold on. Hey, Anthony. Sorry to interrupt. Was it Generations that the last Hasbro Bruticus came out?
Sorry, say that again?
Bruticus. Which one was the last?
Generations, Combiner Wars.
Okay, so would you buy the Generation Combiner Wars? At that time, they were going like, what, 175, right?
Yeah, probably. It's 4 deluxes and a Voyager, so whatever that comes out to.
Yeah, I believe it was at that time when it hit the store shelf. I think it was like 175. So would you pay $300 on a G1 Bruticus, or would you pay 175 for a today Bruticus?
That's difficult for me to say because I like how sturdy the old guys are.
Yeah.
I'm not a big combiner guy. I think the modern ones are huge. They take up a lot of shelf space, and they're a little bit like the one they want to have is Victorion, who's right over there, and she's kind of overly complicated. but also 175 is way cheaper than 300. So
And that's 300 G1.
That's a good argument because what about the third party Bruticus, which is like almost like 4 feet.
Oh, yeah, the
like
one
how much
down
does
there.
he go for? And he's impressive.
oh god, I don't want to know what that goes for. It's probably a lot.
I don't think more like not in terms of a lot as in more than 300.
More than 300? Probably.
Okay, let's
How
just
much
say
more?
let's just say four or $500.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right. Do you buy the G1 little guy for like
$300,
$300, or do you get like a third party like really huge,
massive.
articulate looking guy properly scaled for like an extra 150?
I don't know. You know what I want to do? I want to run over there and ask how much that thing goes for, just to.
Do it.
Let's find out. Acquire Minds wants to know.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right, we're gonna find out. So we've sent Anthony
Should've had our
on a
mobile
mission.
camera.
I know, eh? Okay, we're gonna wait until Anthony comes back and reports.
But you know what? That's going to be another stream in terms of the topic of, for anyone that is buying figures, if you're buying a figure to put on the shelf,
Yep.
do you just buy the loose figure as is, or do you have to find it in the box, which then you're taking it out the box to put on the shelf? So do you really need the box? But are you also sentimental where it's like, the box really looks cool, so even I'll get the box, put it away somewhere, but really I'm taking the figure out to put on the shelf?
That's a really good question. So for all you viewers that are watching, we're gonna take this moment and post that question to you. Make a comment. Tell us what would you do. We'd like to hear from you.
And you know what?
And at the same time, while you're typing your comment out and you're telling us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's definitely going to help us out with our notifications. And so when our new shows are popping up every Sunday and at 8 o'clock, you get that notification. And
Okay, so
here we go.
This is important. We don't have. Oh, hi. We don't have an exact figure, but the guy over there estimated based on what one of the components cost, and said we're looking at anywhere between $750 and $800 for that giant third-party one.
Okay, but then you also start thinking about in terms of investment, or just or depending on like what type of a collector you are and stuff. And it's like, well, okay, if it's $800 for this figure, let me put aside the $800 as opposed to like, well, let me take a chunk of that $300 to buy a smaller G1 figure, or let me just put together $800. Like, you have to see this Bruticus to understand that. I mean, some would say, well, that's not worth $800, but it's a really impressive figure.
Yeah.
I think he's like at least this big. Wow.
Good. At least I'm not the only one that's been bumping and dropping things.
Oh, no damage.
So again, if you like to answer that question or give your opinion, please type in your response in the comment below. We definitely will talk about your comment and mention about it, show it, and again, hit the like button.
Yep.
That will help us out greatly. Appreciate that.
Notification bell.
Okay, so I want to bring up another quick topic. It's about our channel.
All right.
Okay. As everybody can tell, we've been doing this for a while now, right? I know it's a slow build of getting viewerships and subscribers and so forth, but at the same time, we've been putting a lot of effort, sweat and blood and tears in this and money, right? I don't really like to ask or seem like I'm begging for money, but if you want to see us continue to do this on our free time, because we don't really charge anybody for anything here. We're passionate, goofy guys. I like doing what we're doing. If you want to contribute to our show, we finally have a Patreon page,
That is correct.
right? And I guess there's a button there to donate if you want to. We're not asking. We're just. I feel kind of silly mentioning this right now, but since we did it, so we got to plug it, right? So
they can go to patreon.childrenofprimus.com.
Okay.
And I mean, even though we're doing this for fun and everything, there are costs behind running everything. The website does have maintenance costs behind it. The time within that maintenance, the stream also incurs fees as well.
Yep.
So, but we do this for fun, so we pay for it.
Every month, StreamYard, ask us for money.
I promise I will not spend Patreon money on robots. That's not.
Well, I just got this mic as well too, and I just got a new camera, and what our goal really at the end of the day here, yes, is to have a really awesome Transformer channel. Don't get me wrong, but we definitely would like to go to more conventions similar to TFCON, especially to TFCON, and have like a little corner to ourselves and be like the premier show for TFCON if possible, as Colin likes us, and see what we're doing. And again, we're promoting everybody. We want to promote everybody because we want to see everybody successful and happy, and it's a good time and it's a fun time, right? And so, we're gonna need some proper equipment because we've been doing things on a bit of the ghetto, and there's nothing wrong with that because
you have to start from somewhere.
You got to start from somewhere, right? And we started from scratch, right? So
you start from somewhere, work with what you have, and build up from there.
There you go.
And we're in a position where we're not competing with anyone else because, in a sense, we're helping everyone. So any vendors that want to pass through and say, "Hey, this is the name of my store. This is how to reach me. This is what I have," we'll help promote them, and in turn they help promote us because we're not trying to be a vendor to compete against them.
Well, it's not even competing. It's just, we just want to be the show for TFCON if possible. The show for any other convention that would like to have us there because they like what we're doing and how we're interacting with everybody. Just bringing people on here just, for the hell of it, right? And as you can tell a few times that, we saw people walking by and I say, "Hey, man, want to jump on?" Right? And that's what we want to do. Like, if, for example, when you hear let's just say TSN,
yes,
or Sportsnet,
right,
or you hear Z103, and they're at the auto show or something like that, and they have their booth and they're doing their show live, right?
right.
So we kind of want to do something equivalent to that, where we're at the convention and people are not able to make it, but they want to see what's happening.
Well, it's funny you mentioned,
and we could do that for them, right?
This is true. And it's funny you mentioned radio stations being at events and working in music and media for many years prior. There is certain politics behind how that works.
Forget about the
and
politics.
It's funny because there are certain politics even within the TFCON that it's one of those gray area politics. We don't speak on it, but it exists.
Whatever. That's what I say. Whatever.
The thing is, we're in that position. We don't fall under those politics.
No.
Because we're not competing with anyone. Nobody's competing with us. We're on our own lane. So,
well, it's not even, again, it's not about competing. It's about promoting, and we're hoping we could be that, right? So if you guys like what we're doing, enjoy what we're doing, and want us to continue, again, we have this Patreon page. If you can help us out there, that'd be great. And not just only that, you can, again, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, mention us in whatever groups that you're in any Facebook group or any Discourse. Is that am I using the correct word? Discourse? Discord with a D. Okay, did I say Discourse?
Yeah. Well,
Discourse.
You can have discourse on Discord.
There you go. Right.
That's that would easily get you promoted once you have a discourse on Discord.
Right. So mention us, promote us, just like how we'll promote you. And that's it. Now we're getting there. We're getting to the last minutes. Well, I didn't say
minutes.
I'm stepping away
Well,
for 1 minute.
where you
I'll be
going,
right
man?
back. I'm gonna see if I can find someone that we have to interview.
Okay.
I've used up 5 seconds. I'll be back.
So now you got 10 seconds. All right. So look, again, we're hunting people to do some interviews, right? I don't know if there's somebody that wants to.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just here.
No. I think they may want to buy that.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Got to be on point. Always got to pay attention. You got to look what you're doing. Look both ways before you cross the street. And yeah. So as Mike is looking for somebody else to do an interview, we like to do an interview just to wrap up the show. That'd be really great to do because there is 20 minutes to go. And everybody's starting to break down their booths, which I don't blame them. It's been a long 3 days, but it's been a long, fun 3 days, in my opinion. And I think I had a really good time here, and I think a lot of people had some good times. And we're looking at boom. He fell again. Oh, and what we're talking about, expenses. What we did this year, which I think was pretty cool, we got a banner. So I'm just going to grab the camera and I'm going to show our banner that we bought. There we go. And there's Anthony. We didn't buy him. He came for free. And that's what we're talking about, expenses that we have to fortunately pay for. And that's okay. We're happy to do that. Mm-hmm. And if you guys are happy, we're happy. And that's what it comes down to. Right?
Yep.
Right. Now, if you're hearing all these banging again, all the booths are being teared down. We're still waiting for Mike. I think he's still trying to find somebody. So what I'll do right now, I'll grab this camera here, and we'll do a quick little pan of the room. And this is just only one side. That's a bit of a 360. Oh, no, sorry, a 180 view. Because we are against a wall. Pretty cool.
It's peak end of show anxiety hours.
Sorry?
It's peak end of show anxiety hours.
It is. So we're seeing some last followers here. Actually, you know what? I was gonna. Do you want to ask them to jump on? Because we didn't get a few more perspective of TFCON.
I'm not up for social interaction right now, to be honest.
Okay. Sorry, I just put my hand. I'm trying to see if we can grab somebody here. Or we're just kind of waiting for Mike.
That's fine.
All right, and so talk to me.
What's up? Oh, hey, you're gonna have to take a bunch of shots. Let me show you why.
Uh-oh. I gotta take a bunch of shots? Are you talking about pictures or we're talking about like shot? No, I'm just kidding.
I got a Studio Series thrust.
Oh. So it is shot time. If you're at home, you gotta take that drink.
Yeah.
Thrust.
Yeah.
The green version.
The green thrust.
Nah, okay, that's weird. Why would they paint them green?
Because the version of thrust that was in Transformers Armada in 2002 was green. So they decided they were going to homage that version instead in the movie.
Okay.
Oh, all right, all right.
Hey,
Yes.
the host with the most. Jump on.
This is your show. Children Primers.
Yeah, here comes
Nice.
sit in the middle.
Okay, cool. Oh, it's a video thing too.
It's live. We're live streaming.
It's a video. It's a live. Are we live right now?
We're live.
Oh my god, we're live right now. Oh my
We're
god.
live and direct.
I didn't know like you're like okay. It's like we are live and direct from TFCON Toronto. I am your.
I'm gonna leave you all to yourself.
I'm your spontaneous. Where are you going? I'm your spontaneous host, Goober. I have taken over children of Primus and against their wills, and I shall not be overtaken by any means. The power of the Slurpee compels me. Okay, yeah. You guys have questions and stuff? What do you guys want? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
I think you just said it all.
That's okay. See you later. Thanks, guys.
No, we have to see you, man.
Interview's over. Okay,
Okay, so number
what's
one
up?
question.
Huh?
I've been here quite a few times to TFCon,
Yes.
and I've noticed you.
I've noticed you noticing me.
Okay.
Right.
And it seems to me you've been to a lot of TFCon.
Yes.
You want to give your story?
Sorry.
You want to give your story? Why you attend
Oh,
TFCon
yeah,
and
sure.
why you enjoy it, and
Um,
you've got things to plug, and
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
want to hear your story.
Sweet. Okay. Well, first of all, should I talk into this mic? Is this my mic? Or
Well,
like,
you
should I
got this mic, or you got this mic, or then you got this mic. So it's up to you.
So-
Whatever mic you want to talk
So
to.
I shouldn't focus my voice in any one particular place. Okay. This is
Yeah,
okay.
it,
Just making sure.
it picks up everything. So
Okay.
we're good.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I started going to TFCon. I think 2004 was my first one,
Okay.
which was the one David K was at, and I remember it was so awesome. And like we were all just like kids. We were just so young. And I remember David K. I had no clue who David K was. I was like, hey, it's this guy. It's like, why is he like on stage? Oh, he did the voice for Beast Wars Megatron. Oh, that's cool. I'm like, hey, dude. And then I just like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, I just somehow I jumped in his arms. I somehow just like I somehow convinced him. I convinced him to let me jump in his arms, and I jumped in his arms, and we took a photo of me, and it was just
Jumping into his arms.
yeah, it was just a spontaneous thing. It was like,
Right.
I was like, oh, that guy's cool. That guy's really cool. And just ever since then, it was just like, it's like I like him, and then other voice actors as well. It's just crazy how I just like seeing everyone's career like flourish from the point that I saw them like forward. I just saw how Transformers in general because of the fan base kind of keeping it in the limelight, it just got more and more prolific, and the creators and the voice actors kept getting more and more in demand, and I just saw it was just great to see everything kind of like this passion that I've always had for Transformers. It became so mainstream eventually, and it was really cool to see that. And I just kept going to TFCons because at first I had no idea a con like this existed, and when I discovered that con for the first time, I was like, what, people actually gather and do this together? Like, this is the place for people to hang out and talk
Pretty awesome.
about just Transformers. Like, I knew things like Star Trek cons existed and other kinds of cons, like Comic Cons, but I had no idea before that there was a con just for Transformers. And I was like, once I found out that existed, I was hooked. I was like, I can't believe there's a place for that. And
That's pretty awesome.
then I just kept going, and I just got in. I became part of the community, and I just never looked back. I was like, this is cool. This is my Christmas. This is my new Christmas now, right? So now I've been going every year since 2004. I only missed 1 year when I was traveling. I was in Turkey in 2014, so I missed that year. But even that year, one of the guys, other regulars here, General Techno, he put me on an iPad and brought me around the con on an iPad. So I was still virtually here.
So were you jumping around into people's hands?
Yes. Like he was like
Is that what you're saying?
General Techno was like hey, here's Goober, and I was like, hi, and they were like, oh my god, it's Goober. He's so I would still be
But I guess you just
Okay, we're back.
Okay, we're back. Whoa. Okay, cool.
It was.
Yes.
It was. Remember the first guy that we interviewed?
That guy.
That kept on walking by, and I said, "Hey, that's prime time."
It was his fault.
It was his fault again because when we were interviewing him, the
Yeah?
same thing happened.
Oh my god, crazy.
All right, so we gotta tell him to stay away. All right, so you're being passed around.
Yeah, I was being passed around. So even virtually, I was still able to somehow attend TFCON. And this was way before COVID time. So this was before Zoom was around. He was just passing me around on this iPad. It was great. And so yes, but other than that, yes, I've been to every TFCON since 2004, and I just love the community that has grown out of this. And I just consider this my TFCON family now. It's like, yes, it's a con to get together and do Transformers stuff, and buy Transformers stuff and do everything related to Transformers. But what really makes it, what the glue that keeps it together is the community aspect. This is really a community. It's not just a con. It is a con, but so much more as well.
But here's the funny part: every person that we've interviewed, and actually we had Colin on the show as well too.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Nice.
And every theme, or like near the ending of your explanation, has gone to what you just said.
Yeah.
The
totally.
community.
Yeah.
Meeting friends, meeting new people, reconnecting with old people.
It's always growing.
Right?
Yeah.
Growing,
Yep.
right? And it's all about that love,
Yeah.
let's just say, for one another, right?
Yeah.
And yes, the love for Transformers, but it's also that love for everybody else that loves Transformers, right?
Yes. Transformers is the common ground between all of us. And that's what brings us all together. That's kind of like Transformers Transformers was the bait.
Yes.
It was the bait that brought us all to this place together. Now we're all trapped. It baited us here. Now we're all trapped in the room. You're like, we're all trapped together. What do we do? Well, I guess we might as well be friends. Okay.
No, you're absolutely correct, right? Now, have you gone to other Transformers con?
A few, yeah. I went to one BotCon.
Okay.
I've been to one other TFCon in LA.
Okay.
But this is really my staple. This is the only con I regularly go to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you have a collection, obviously.
Yeah.
What is your favorite collection? Like, out of all, are you a G1 or are you a Beast War?
I'm a G1er.
I love my G1. I love my G1. I collect whatever catches my eye, whatever tickles my fancy, but mostly G1. But I also like really obscure stuff, like I love the weird offbeat stuff, like that's beyond Transformers, but other 80s things like GoBots and Rock Lords and Star Wars, and also a bit of He-Man and G.I. Joe, but mostly the obscure stuff.
Wait. You said GoBots first.
GoBots,
Right?
Rock Lords,
Okay.
Battle Beasts.
No, you said GoBots first.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I ended up there.
Rock Lords. Rock
GoBots.
Lords are awesome. Yeah.
The real pet rock.
Yes. The evolution of the pet.
So, out of all your collections, because I like to ask this question, what is your holy grail?
My grail?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
collection
tough.
there.
Well, the stuff that means the most to me is probably the stuff I've had since childhood. Like my first batch of Transformers that I had, when I was a kid, like, pre-puberty type stuff. Like the Transformers that I still have that were gifts to me that I got at Christmas on Christmas morning. The Transformers given to me by my grandparents and parents and at birthday parties and stuff. I still have all that stuff. And that's the stuff that means the most to me. So it's mostly G1 stuff.
So your pride possession among your G1, what is like your Metroplex or or a Bumblebee?
You want me to really get specific here, right? Oh man, that's hard because this is such a cliche thing to say, but it's like choosing your favorite child. But no, it's like but
that's why we're called children of Primus.
There have been times. Yeah. Right. He said, "We are all equal under Primus." There have been times where I've wondered. Okay, if I had to give all of it away or give all of it up, but I was allowed to choose one thing to keep. I was allowed to choose. If I could only choose one thing to keep out of the whole collection, what would it be? And I was like, is that even possible? But if I had to, it'd probably be, I don't know, maybe the first one I ever got. The very first Transformer I ever got was Huffer, G1 Huffer. So maybe that one, just because it was the first one I ever had. Maybe that, I don't know, but it's really hard to say.
It's funny because everybody that I've spoken to, right?
Yeah.
And and asked a similar question. It's always the mini bots.
Is it really?
It's always a mini bot. Like
That's
for me, like just like you, I asked the same kind of question, right? And it was my first Transformer was Bumblebee.
It's maybe because so many people's first Transformer were the mini bots, the small ones.
Right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
right?
there you go.
Because just like today, picking up Warpath, like you carry around with him, like he's in your pocket. You're just fiddling around with
He's
him.
your little
And
buddy.
as a child, like the same thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally. Like, like, geez, but when I was a kid, I mean, I loved the big bots, and maybe I coveted them because I couldn't afford them as a child. So those are the ones I always wanted but couldn't really get my hands on. But the big bots as a child, like I loved Omega Supreme, and Scorponok, I think was my grail. G1 Scorponok was definitely one of my childhood. There was this one time when Scorponok, I mean, I feel so lucky to be the age that I am because I was the prime age during G1 in the 80s. I was like when Transformers first came out, I was 8 years old when it first came out. So I was like it was prime time for me. And when Scorponok came out, the G1 Scorponok Headmaster, I was in grade 6, I think. And I remember walking down the street one day on my way home from school, and I saw an empty Scorponok box lying on the end of a driveway, but it was empty. I was like, "Oh snap! This kid in this house has Scorponok." And in my child mind, I was like, "I wonder if I can just knock on their door, become friends with this child, and say, can I just play with your Scorponok?" Like I considered that, but then I thought, nah. But I looked at the box. I looked at the box at the end of the driveway, and I was like, I should just take that box. So what I did, but I was so small. I was in grade 6, right? I was tiny. I was in grade 6, so I was thinking, you know what? I want to take that box, but the box is too heavy or it's too big. It was too bulky. The box was like almost half my size. So I tore off a little piece of the box, the part where it shows the toy transforming on the box. I was like, that's cool. So I tore off the little toy part, and I think I still have that part to this day.
That's awesome.
That little piece of the box.
The reason why we're laughing because when you said you're gonna knock on that kid's door, okay, because we grew up in Gina Finch.
Okay.
We would have knocked on the door and just take the toy.
Yeah.
Right? So give me exactly. Right? That's why Mike and I were like laughing, right? So I was kind of hoping you're saying the same thing.
Oh,
right?
so, no, we had a little
deal. It's not bad. It's bad. Don't do that. Okay.
We were a little more polite in the area. I don't know. Maybe we had a bit more of a fear of the law or something. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, that's all. Hey, listen, you know what? Thank you so much. Not that we're trying to rush you, whatever. I think you can tell we're closing on shop.
Yeah,
here, right?
Yeah. Things are moving and shaking. Yeah,
yeah.
I got to get
So
going back too.
What I want to hear from you is that give yourself a plug. Do you have Instagram? Do you have a Facebook? Do you have anything that people can reach out to you and say, hey man, Goober?
Yeah, sure.
We want to meet you at a TFCON.
Sweet. Oh my God. Yeah, sure. Okay, plug time. I'm also an artist, so I do drawings and stuff, and I have several Instagram accounts where you can follow the various random things I do. But my main Instagram account is @PaulGuber, which is spelled PaulGuber. That's @PaulGuber. So you can join there, and I've got other accounts linked to that. And I do toy videos, I do random videos, I do random other like online events that are just kind of fun, crazy events involving vintage things and art stuff. I've got a YouTube channel that you can go to there. Pretty much all of it's linked to that Instagram account. Okay. So that's probably the best way to start. And if you want to get in touch with me, if you want to like follow me on Instagram, and you don't know who I am, if you've never heard of me before, if this is the first time meeting, follow me, but just send me a message too. Instant message me on message me on Instagram. Just say, hey, what's up? Just say, hey, how's it going? Let's be friends. I want to make friends. I love making friends. So just say hi.
Nothing wrong with that. And if you ever want to join, so every Sunday night, well, except for tonight, but every Sunday night at 8:00, we go live.
Nice.
And if you ever want to join, just hit us up. We'll send you the link and join. See, our show is a little bit different. So we want people joining our show. So if there's a specific topic,
right?
That's cool. So let's just say we're talking about Scorponok, and you want to talk about Scorponok.
I'm gonna jump in and give my 2 cents or something.
Exactly.
Ooh, that sounds fun. So I like that. I like that idea.
It was a pleasure. It was awesome.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I finally get to meet the Goober. Like I said, I've been to quite a few TFCON, and I finally was able to meet the Goober.
Well, I'm happy to meet you guys too. This is rad, man. This is awesome. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. Thank you. So sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I hope to see you. Not I hope I get to see you, but now I hope I get to talk to you
again.
Exactly.
Yes, again.
All right.
For sure, man. I would love to. And yes, here we are. Yes, I have now finally met the children of Primus. And now, yes. Thank you, guys. Such a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care. Well, what a great way to, to wrap up the show. Oh, you ready? Yeah, man. That was pretty odd. So that was your hunt, eh?
That was one of my hunts.
That was your hunt. I love it, man. That was a great way to wrap up the show.
That definitely. I was just thinking that.
We finished on a really good high.
Yeah.
Energy.
Yep.
Colorful.
Oh yeah.
By meeting.
Yeah.
The Goober.
The Goober.
I love it, man. He is absolutely correct. This guy is awesome. He's amazing. He's at every TFCON. Every time that I've been here, either with these guys or even on my own, I've always seen him. He sticks out, and you know what? He's a party, and I'm not making fun of him. I'm being really sincere. He's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the first time I'm able to talk to him and meet him, but he's always looked so friendly and so approachable and freaking awesome, man. And I love that, right? And it goes back to what we just said and what we talked about with Colin, what we talked about with all the other people that join our show, is that theme about TFCon is about the community and the love for Transformer and for the love for each other and having fun, right? Playing with our figures. Anything you got to say before we take off?
This has been a really, really good convention. I've been to a lot of them. So please come to the next one. It will have fun.
Yep. And if you can't make it to Toronto, they have a website, tfcon.com, and you can see their schedules of other events that they have or other, I guess, cross promotion that do as well. Because the 80s toy show as well.
Yeah, like they run a bunch of these out of this hall every few months. So this is the big one. This is the best one. But if you want to try out a smaller one, there'll be another one in a little while. I don't remember offhand, but they're always doing them.
Yeah. So check out their website again. Great people, great organization. I'm sorry, great organizers of conventions. And so check them out, Mike.
There is another TFCon coming up in Chicago, which I believe is in October, which some of our American friends may be attending. So
cool.
We may possibly go visit them down there.
Thank you so much for joining us for the TFCON Toronto 20th anniversary.
20 anniversary, 20 years. Older than my son.
If you want to make your final purchases and make your way out, the show is now closed. Thanks again for joining us.
That's awesome.
That is the end of the 20th anniversary TFCon Toronto.
Yep. And so I'm going to say peace out.
Peace out.
All right, there we go.